We've gotten it done, but man oh man, it was a long one. We return now with more of Xenoblade X. This is part 44. Last time we've completed the first act of chapter 13. And since we're not doing anything else, we may as well get on with it. I also unlocked the achievement, Frequent Flyer. Yeah, that means I'm gonna work my butt off just to make sure I'm leveled up. And not to mention, Al's at level 66. Huh? No Moranium. I gotta make sure that his armor is actually pretty interesting. There's actually weapons, protective wear. I wonder. No, not really. There really isn't that much else. But for Al, on the other hand, oh boy. Yeah, some of them aren't that great. Yeah, but they have like some of the best abilities, hands down. But I gotta make sure to boost up my stats, or boost up his stats at least. Yeah, he has special gear known as Al's body wear. Unfortunately, that's all he's going to get. He wields long swords and a sniper rifle. And they've added even more new weapons. He has the Surmet sword too. But for the purposes of this, I'm giving him a better weapon. We're giving him the Audacious Glaive. As for his other weapon, we're gonna give him the Delta Thwipper? No, let's give him the Delta Sniper Rifle. That'll work. That's that. Yeah, but his attack is just so that low. That's kind of the point of why I want to max him out. Yeah, let's give him the Delta dual guns, since he needs to differentiate. Okay, so, we've already made it through this far. And if you want to get your hands on the special gear, you get it here. Protective wear. Yeah. The true gear. There's also some of the more rarer gear to get. And they're all like level 60. Not much else because we haven't really done much. Same cannot be said for some of the more powerful weapons. Seriously. Anyone who has a skill like that can take it up to an absurd extreme. Alright. Yup. We have to complete Chapter 13 Act 1. But I think we'll take the opportunity to take this one. Since after all, Al has Affinity Missions. Yeah, this is the Ares Prime. This is not like the Ares that we know. Its skull gear consists of these following weapons. Yes, 8 weapons actually. Jeez, this is his arts palette. He has a shield, Hyper, Hermes, Chaos, Dandelion, Hecaton, Rush, and a Charge. That's a lot. Each of them have some unique advantages. Whereas it's a level 50 skill and it looks kind of interesting. It doesn't hold a candle compared to my Ares. To my Ares 90, actually. Anyway. Al, you're gonna have to sit this one out. I'm bringing Mia back. Time to begin our Affinity Mission for today. A hero's trial.
Hey, just stopping by. How's it poppin'?
I'm fine.
Glad to hear it. You better be at the top of your game, considering what we've got to tackle. Okay, that's enough small talk. I'll get straight to the point. Will you spar with me? The way Princess talks you up as her favorite subject, I want to get the measure of you. I heard you even managed to put down the veto once. Thing is, I'm the kind of guy who needs to see to believe. Listen, the only thing that's gonna decide if you live or die is having friends you can trust to watch your back. I have to know if I can trust you with watching mine. That's what I came here to find out ahead of time. So what'll it be? You gonna step up or chicken out?
Alright. Your ass is grass!
Haha! Fighting words! That's what I like to hear. I'll be piloting my Ares, but I'll let you decide the rules of engagement. You can go one-on-one, skell-on-skell, or you could take me without, if you think you can. I don't mind if you bring your buddies with you either. Team composition's all part of the fun. I've said what I wanted to say. When you're ready, head over to Roof Rock by the East Gate. Ares and me, we can't wait to see what you've got.
Well, if you want to fight, don't come crying when my Ares 90 makes you my B. It's always gotta be these kinds of things, you know? Yeah. Get on the scouts. It's time to make Al look like an idiot. Trust me on that.
Slowpoke, what took you? As much as I'd like to launch straight in, it's hard to get amped about a battle with no stakes, right? Right, let's do this. If you can win this match, you get to ask one favor of me. It's only fair, since I picked this fight. Call it a bonus. Well, got something in mind?
Already on one. I want the Ares.
Whoa, whoa, hold the phone now. You're really telling me to hand over Ares? Like ripping a babe from its mother's arms? Just to be clear, you won't be able to pilot him without your real body, you know. You sure you still want this? Damn, you're a real character. Might even give Princess a good run for her money, you know. But, I like it. You're hyping this up so much now, it's hard not to get fired up about it. Though, if you really want to take Ares from me, you better believe I'll make you sweat blood for it. I want you to give me all you've got.
You want a real challenge? Let's do this. No, we're doing this the old-fashioned way.
Watch me lay it.
Tornado blade! Extreme edge!
Now, melee attack.
I've been waiting to lash out!
Believe me.
I feel sharper than ever!
You want to see me get into overdrive? I can do that.
Here I come! No one can stop us now! Overdrive! Burning slash!
Oh, I promise you, you're not gonna love this one.
I feel sharper
Use
than ever!
melee attack.
Nice one!
Sir,
Blade flurry!
losing to get fired
That's all right.
Ready to shine.
Shadow strike.
Timer. Ghostwalker.
Subterfuge. Sliding. Twist. Hit him again for me.
Burning slash. Here I come. Rising wave. Feel sharper than ever.
Oh, like I said, I'm not using scales because that would be meaningless.
Xenoblade. Timer. Timer.
Sliding. Flip.
Ghostwalker. Shield breaker.
Shadow strike.
Burning slash.
Side blast.
Rising wave.
Not it.
I know I'm ready to shine.
I'm not done yet.
I feel sharper than
Use
ever.
an aura. Get control of the battle.
Offensive stance.
I'm not slowing down.
Rising wave.
Subterfuge.
Now watch this.
I could use a little motion.
Get wrecked. Sheesh. I didn't need skills to take you down. I take you down as is.
Ha! So you can walk the walk. Whew. No wonder the princess took a shine to you. Seeing you go toe-to-toe with Ares like that, no one in the Force could do that. I heard you suffer from memory loss. You sure you weren't one of the elite? Not that it matters. Safe to say, you proved it. You're a fitting addition to the heroic pantheon. To be totally honest, forget watching my back. I'm tempted to hand Ares to you right now. Unlucky, though. You fell just short of the mark, by a whisker. Now, chill out. I'm not breaking my promise, okay? I'm just crossing my T's here. Listen, if you want to pilot Ares, there's something even more important than a real body. Can you guess?
Alright. Maybe talent.
Wrong. Nice try, but it's not what really counts. It's the heart. The will to live on through it all. The urge. What it is love. Have you got it in you to love? And I'm not talking marriage vows here. To love all of creation. To embrace the world and all its parts fully. Until you're ready to do that, I can't hand Ares over to you. Hey, don't feel bad. You show promise, and that's worth a lot. Someday it'll fall into place for you too. What I say goes, period. For the record, I'm not just blowing smoke. I've got my serious hat on here. You've managed to win me over. Now prove it to me. Show me it wasn't for nothing. Okay, future hero?
Yeah, we can hold our own when it really matters. Believe me. We learned the sniper rifle art Howling Soul. And that's all she wrote. For now. There's one more, but we need to make sure to work with him. And we're gonna need Al for this. Not gonna lie to you, much as I like having Mia, yeah, Al. You're needed for this job. Time to begin the next one. Chapter 13, Act 2. The second Project Exodus.
We got a basic plan drawn up. Meet me in command.
Roger. Let's move.
Ever since Void turned up, we've been witnessing Ganglion remnants stirring back to life, all across Mira.
They're as vulnerable as us, what with the DMAT events and ghosts. But they've also got a new objective that'll have lit a fire under them.
Objective? Oh, Void's floating continent.
Boletaris is a special place. Those who heard Void's call have begun some holy pilgrimage there, for the promise of a new world under their creator's leadership. They may be fragmented at best, and little more than a minor nuisance, but these recent events granted them new purpose.
You'd think they'd want to regroup quietly. Instead, they're out there raising hell.
I'm glad they've kicked the blues, but throwing an all-you-can-loot and plunder buffet? That part I don't love.
Remember, they were a coalition. Their mission, to eradicate Samar's descendants, including us. The tiger cannot so easily change its stripes.
The fight for survival, it never ends, huh?
We've come a long way indeed. This place, it is our second home. We've overcome the odds, made it a safe haven. DMAT events, ghosts, Ganglion. We must remain firm against these ever-present threats. In addition, we must reclaim the cores Void stole, prepare to leave for a new world. Bluntly, the only choice left for us now is to run.
In other words, we're talking about a second Project Exodus.
Just when we've beaten that damn Luxar. We just can't seem to catch a break, can we?
No kidding. Just when I was starting to put down some roots here.
I don't want to leave either.
A truly gut-rending thought.
I do share your grief. However, we must face the facts. The dematerialization phenomenon is spreading, and eventually it will engulf the planet in its entirety. This truth is unequivocal. And this time, it's not just humanity's future that's at stake. Our aim now is to evacuate all races that live on Mira.
Every single one?
Of course. All those that would be amenable to our proposal. Regrettably, any life forms we cannot communicate with will not be considered.
That's quite, how should we say, egoistic, no?
Yeah, we can't discriminate either.
I understand how you feel. I didn't propose it lightly. But frankly, it's just not feasible to do otherwise. Some species are dangerous, some others simply too violent. With the time we have and the available personnel, finding a way to save them all is impossible.
Okay, but even narrowing it down just to the sentient races, will that work?
Good point. If our only choice is to build a lifeboat, making something big enough, it's gonna take some time.
We've agreed on a cooperative partnership with the Manon to obtain a ship.
We're going to use the Manon ship, the one over NLA.
You betcha. Eyeballing it, it should have the capacity. Enough to carry all evacuees. Of course, it'll need a fair bit of retrofitting. We'll need to incorporate the Ares jump drive and the Lifehold Core's protoplasmic fluid system. But if we work together, we should make it before the Reaper comes a knocking.
Why, that's feeding 3 cooks with 1 stove.
Right, so that part we've got tied up with a bow.
We've already contacted all known Xeno communities. They should be apprised of the plan. Sadly, some of them did respond they're planning to go down with the planet, but most are currently in the process of relocating to NLA.
Then we've got no time to lose.
Right.
As of now, all active Blade personnel are ordered to give this plan the highest degree of priority.
Broadly, we have 2 objectives. Helping to construct the escape vessel and supporting those who want to come to NLA. It's all hands on deck. We may require troops to take assignments across division lines. Be ready for anything.
Roger.
Recap. We may get assigned stuff outside of our official divisions, right?
Right. First off, we should head back to the barracks. Make sure we're prepared for anything.
'Kay.
Yeah, we gotta relocate all races on Mira to NOA. This is not gonna be easy. Time's a wasting. We better get on with it. Let's begin.
Where's the fire?
Here's the deal, right? You know how we're helping wire in the Ares jump drive system, don't you?
Yes, so we've heard.
But actually, we're not really experts on this skill in Ares stuff, are we? So we went and asked that Vandham guy, and he said you guys are the usual go-tos around here.
I see. Let me guess. You'd like us to go to the hangar and advise your scientists?
You got it!
We'll go now.
Wow, thank you! You guys are just the pizza toppings!
So our first objective is we need to head to the restricted hangar. All right, we made it.
Nice of you all to drop by. How's it poppin'?
Friend Al really loves saying that.
His idea of a gag. Don't get too hung up on it.
That's right. Someone asks how it's poppin', you say?
Terrible, of course. Yourself?
Better than you, meaning terrific.
Tatsu mystified.
It is as we have been told. It takes two minds to tango.
Hey, Al! Ask me!
Hey Gwen, how's it poppin'?
Naturally terrible, and how about you?
Not awful enough for you to be worrying about.
Huh?
You haven't changed a bit. Say, you've been out of this world. Got any words of wisdom for us from the great beyond?
It's not that kind of highfalutin place. More than anything, it was dull, like a cheap roadside motel.
Please, we would love to hear your choice morsels.
Me too. Color me curious.
Way to gang up on me. I'm warning you, it's a slog.
Come on. I'll be the judge of that.
No pressure, huh? Fine. But you're buying the round. Bunch of busybodies. So, before the white whale crashed, a bunch of ghosts got me cornered. I was cut off. just as my goose seemed cooked, something opened up in front of me. And also, I felt this huge pull at the same time. My body inside the Ares. We were being sucked right in through the opening. Beyond that was a sight to behold. If space could have edges, that was a place where you could see them all. Thinking about it now, and to get a little technical, it was a nexus of parallel universes. It was like the backstage of space, the border town of all universes. You might call it a rift between worlds. Light years beyond the realm of human science. But strangely, most of the Ares features kept functioning as normal. Sure, the sensor suite adapted for human tech kept throwing errors. But the main transceiver never stopped logging huge quantities of some kind of data. And you might think I dreamed all this up, but somehow I could understand what that data was. Not logically, intuitively. You ready? Well, what came flooding into me in the Ares was the consciousness of all living things across all universes. Instinctively, I stopped myself from trying to perceive them one by one. The human brain isn't built to handle something like that. I could tell in an instant. I think I got that one from an old sci-fi flick, but I'd say it was the right call. Now, the Ares was a step ahead of me. It sifted through that huge torrent of data, presented me with the information I most wanted in that moment. How to escape the world of the Rift and get back to this one. The Ares was kind enough to show me the way back home. It's thanks to its help that I came back at all. Well, the universe Earth was a part of was destroyed. This one with Mira is a completely different one. So maybe back is the wrong word.
Sounds like quite the trip. So that's your plan for us to leave this universe? You're proposing we use the Ares to make our escape?
Well, more or less.
But?
I don't really understand exactly how I got here. One slip up and I'd be washed away in that stream. I might never have been able to escape it. That world. It's a mind prison.
A prison?
Void Seat. I think he was held there. His consciousness, at least. You told me about the Vita, how it was a vessel to facilitate Void's coming. I guess what it did was channel his soul in some shape or form, freeing him of his shackles.
What does that mean, though?
Now hold on a sec. That's like how our MIMs work.
No way!
All the loose threads seem to be coming together.
Perhaps Void escaped from his cell by tracking the Ares as it left the rift between worlds. It would explain the impeccable timing. And here's the kicker. The thing that's in the Vita, it's not just his mind, it's his body, too.
When the Ares first appeared in this world, it was shortly before we encountered you, right? Then the Ghost's appearance and the DMAT events. It's possible that it caused both of them to manifest.
Wait. I see you trying to connect all the dots. Don't you think you're jumping the gun?
Maybe. But when Void showed up and attacked my world to claim the Ares, think about it. That was exactly when the ghosts appeared.
What are we thinking then? Cause and effect, or... Void said he brought worlds into Concord. Oh. I feel like I'm starting to get the picture here.
Must be urgent.
Yeah. We need you in Oblivia. Hoping you can track down a man-on engineer.
Roger. Let's hear the details.
Here you go. The guy is in charge of the jump drive design. Apparently, he had a part in mind for the Crux, but he was sitting in a Ganglion stronghold, so we had him get it.
That's a bold move, Commander.
What can I say? These are desperate times, so... We did assign an escort, but then Ganglion found him and we lost contact.
Understood. That's enough to go on. We'll head for Oblivia ASAP.
Good hunting.
Let's move.
Yeah, now we gotta rescue the Manon engineer from the base by the yawning giant, Oblivia. Yeah, we're gonna have to travel around. God damn. Wait, why aren't you on your scowl? Alright, there it is. No big deal. And I thought that there'd be some giant monster or something showing up right about now. Whatever. Alright, we made it.
I'd say we're in the right place, huh?
Only Ganglion bodies, though.
Seems like our engineer might still be alive.
Yeah. Let's confirm.
Who goes there?
It's you.
You again. I see. Looking for your friends, are you?
Do you know where they are? What happened here?
The people of Roth have accepted your exit strategy. We decided to send our younglings to NLA first. We were passing through here en route, where we encountered and assisted human troops in combat with the Ganglion. We were able to claim victory, albeit at a price. I'm transporting our wounded.
Now I see. We thank you.
There is no need. Your friends are safe with us, undergoing treatment at our stronghold.
Ms. Breed, did you see a man-on in the soldiers' company?
I have not seen any, no. But there were other units. Maybe they escorted them.
Could we accompany you now, on the way to your stronghold?
Yes, you may.
What's going on?
Looks like a job half done.
You die! Die like beasts!
Let us handle these ones. You have wounded. Get them somewhere safe.
I hear. All yours.
Alright, time to make them suffer. Activate Avatar Missile. Yeah, get wrecked. You all got wiped. Bye-bye. Seriously, I hate that.
Elma, let's get to the Rothian stronghold.
Right.
Also, that cutscene that we saw with the Ares Prime, they had hints of the other Xenoblade games. Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. I'm most likely going to be doing all the Xenoblade games, just as how I'm doing all the Yakuza games. If you want to see me do them all, just let me know. Besides, I mean, my backlog isn't going to empty itself, you know, and I got so many games that I have that by the time I actually get through with it, I'd probably be retired from YouTube completely. Though judging by how my channel is as of this moment, or if you're watching it right now, yeah. Besides, I record so much so that way you guys get a lot. A shame that I don't get that much either way. I'm alright with that. I tried. I'm done feeling sorry for myself. And I'm also done taking sides. The only side I take is my own. I want to focus on improving myself, nothing else. But now it's time we check up on Gargiarg and the others.
We were sure that was the end for us, weren't we?
Tatsu breathed sigh of relief. Thanks to Kitty Cat friends.
You said it, pal. If you hadn't turned up when you did, we'd be pushing up daisies by now. Thanks. We all inhabit this world together. The feeling is mutual.
We got shot up, and we didn't even get the thing we needed.
Relax, alright? We'll find it at the next location. Third time's the charm, no?
Yeah, well, starting to doubt that.
Just stay positive, okay?
A moment ago, you were on the brink of death. Yours is a mercurial people.
We survived, so it's all good, yes? On to the next one.
Jeez.
Thank you once again. We owe you for saving their lives.
My prince has ordered us to aid humans, and so we have.
Prince, my deepest thanks for rescuing our friends. We're in your debt.
No need. We are allies. But still, Void's appearance here fills me with unease.
You know something about Void?
Vita. It serves to sustain Void as his material vessel. Consider the battle for Earth. There, from his Vita, did he command the Ganglion.
However, in the chaos after Earth's destruction, his consciousness departed the machine, leaving it a shell, to be pulled in by Mira and crash to her surface, as did you.
Al, what you said earlier.
Yeah. As I suspected, he'd only linked his mind to the Vita, while his body stayed in the rift. Seems to track.
Mission accomplished. Come on, let's get back to NLA.
All these races working together? Mira really is a welcoming kind of place. Just like Lau said.
Lau said that?
Al, what? When did you see Lau? How?
It was when I was drifting inside the rift.
But that's...
You ever heard of Nirvana? Some religions have the concept, and that space might just be it. As I was floating along, guided by the Ares, while I was looking for a way into this universe, I made a little layover in an eerie kind of place. Fancy seeing you here.
Well?
How long has it been? I don't think we ever spoke after I left Team Princess.
I thought you died defending the White Whale, back before it grounded on Mira.
Well, you know, this is the afterlife. Maybe I did. So, how about yourself? Are you dead?
Yeah.
Figured.
I betrayed our friends. I sold intel to the enemy to get back at those who got my family killed. Well, really, I had just given up. It wasn't about grief or retribution. Plain despair tipped me over the edge. It wasn't the right thing to do. And I knew it. I knew. And I did it anyway.
Now you're just sulking, pal. A guy as good as you?
Just don't. What Lynn said. She said, it's what makes us human. Corrupt and disgusting. That's what humans are. She's a good kid. Always trying to put herself in my shoes. I could never atone enough for making a child like her wade into that muck. My hopelessness, it wound up infecting her as well.
And that's why you accepted death? Decided to just give up and wait for it?
Yeah, soon. I'll see Charmaine and Chen-Chi.
I get this might be what you want, but not me. So what if this place is the afterlife? I'm itching for more living. People still need me. Humanity still needs me. I've got unfinished business, and until I finish it, I can't rest.
That's right. That's you to a T. Not me, though. Scram now. You know the way, right?
Yep. We got the best guide around.
The world I came from. It's a welcoming kind of place. Everyone's ready for your big return.
I sure hope so.
If you make it, pass a message to Lynn. Humans are disgusting. Stubborn, treat others cruelly. But if she realized this, that means she's anything but. Tell her to live.
I'm not what you think I am.
No more fighting, Lau.
No, Elma, not like this!
Step aside, Lynn.
We're all on the same side here! Even then, when I stood up for you, honestly, it was just so I wouldn't have to be sad again. I never could figure him out. It was all so childish. I was acting so immature about everything. But back then, you stood up to defend Lau, just the same way that I did. If you hadn't done that, maybe I wouldn't have stuck it out and run away instead. I would have stayed a child to the very end.
Yes. And if you hadn't stood in my line of fire that day, we would have all been as disgusting as he thought. Your actions are what saved us from that hollow despair.
You don't need pretty excuses here. It's all part of life. You gotta take the good with the bad. Anyway, he told you to live. End of message.
Yeah.
Colonel Elma! Requesting a beat!
What was that? What's going on over there?
Elma, wasn't that?
Yes. The leader of the escort from before.
Didn't they say they were going to Lakeview Stronghold in Noctilum?
Then we go too.
Yeah. Hope we're not too late.
Time is literally not on our side here. Seriously. Back in the scales, folks. Let me just wait till everyone's aboard. Now let's move. Let us head to Potter's Rock. Yeah. Much of it is cutscenes. All I just do is sit back and watch. Like I said, I am seeing this entire thing reach its end. Why? Because I have to. Let's drop down. We better hurry. Oh, wow.
The whole team's dead. And look!
Piece of...
Why? What are you doing this for? You want to leave this world too, right? There's no need to be doing any of this!
I wish to know death.
Huh?
Death, is it?
The fear of death is a powerful motivation in creatures like you. Yea, stronger even than your lust for life. I wish to understand this.
And that's why the slaughter?
You think by killing them yourself, you'll get what it's like to fear death?
What was it you called our fight against you? A contest for survival? That's a contest to defy death. You started a war without knowing that?
The best it will simply cease to be. That is not death. Self-evidently, as I have no conception of it. Ceasing to be is simple non-existence. But death, when you speak of it, is wrapped up in many a complex emotion. That I wish to know.
And then? after that?
I have not considered it. You will find my desires are not rooted in emotion. Actions are all. They occur automatically, driven by inevitability.
But that's... It's nonsense. How is that a reason to kill? Why do this?
Enough. Don't try to understand it, Lynn. He can string all the reasoning he likes. But when you get down to it, this guy is pure evil. Our enemy, nothing less.
But nothing. Violence is the only answer, well, he'll listen to.
Exactly. If we want to argue with them, it'll be with guns.
Right. Lynn, we're here to make sure we don't lose anyone else today. That's our mission.
Understood.
Against 3 scouts, huh? I'm sorry, but I'm not dealing with this garbage. Eat this! Yeah, I'm not dealing with that.
You're up next. Scum!
Enough. There is no more to be gained. Your stubborn fixation on living is inordinate. You are unlikely to teach me what I wish to know.
Shut up!
In any case, you will come to my abode. It is, after all, inevitable. The contest continues. As this world's time draws ever closer.
What a train wreck. That creep really gets me seeing red. Makes me gag.
Let's do a quick head count.
Roger that.
Yeah. We can't really do anything about it now. Let's check up on the squad. Yeah, it wasn't my bad.
What's this?
Looks like the part they were after. They found it.
Looks like it, yeah.
Then we need to get this back to NLA. We can't let their sacrifice be in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't anything we could have done. Back to NLA. Jeez. All this already gets me riled up as is.
Thanks very much. It's a real shame our friend didn't make it, but at least the mission's complete, right? Credit where it's due, you know.
Void. That goddamned rat.
Commander, we'll get him. We'll win his little game. We must.
Lynn.
Damn straight. These lives won't go to waste.
Not to rain on your parade here, but how are we doing with the Ares?
We're making good progress thanks to you, are we? We have some news, so would you mind stopping by the restricted hangar after this?
Sure thing, we'll be there.
It wasn't easy, but the mission was a success. Good job.
There wasn't anything we could have done. Back to that restricted hangar.
Hey there, how's it poppin'?
Terrible, right? How about you?
Better than you, meaning terrific.
That's great, isn't it?
Look at him. He's really found his footing here, hasn't he?
Once you really get to know him, most get on with him like a house on fire.
Hey, how's it poppin'?
Tatsu terrible, clearly. And how is friend Al?
Even worse than you, I bet.
But that's not the correct follow-up.
I like to mix it up, keep you on your toes.
Al cannot flip script.
Elma, this vegetable come with a volume knob?
Leave it. You had some news?
Well, I heard the Ares was recreated on your planet. But how much do you actually know about it?
You're correct about it being recreated. Here's the truth. We excavated an ultra-ancient frame and fitted it with auxiliary power and plating. It might be more precise to say we jury-rigged it to run.
So you've got nothing to say regarding the cores then, I take it?
If I did, don't you think I would have told you when I first got to Earth?
Yeah, you got me there.
Vexing, isn't it?
The Ares cores. I learned they're based on a device that existed eons ago.
A device?
A space-time bender. It moves things into different universes and all that. A meta-doohickey. It's a common trope in the old movies, right?
Yeah, except real.
The energy that the Ares could deploy thanks to the cores was in a league of its own. According to simulations, you put the pedal to the metal, space bends like a straw.
I see.
If that's true, what chance do we have of beating Void?
We need to take the initiative. But time is still on our side.
How do you know?
The fact is, he took the time to come and taunt us. It means he's still getting ready. Well, even supposing he's through the prep phase, you can't just rock it off.
What do you mean?
For all his rambling and raving, if the cores were enough, he could have left by now, brought the world into concord, or whatever his tagline was. But cores alone won't cut it. We figured it out while analyzing the Skell. When I was transported inside the rift along with the Ares, machine and mind got melded together. We became inseparable. I won't pretend to understand, but it wouldn't have been possible for a living human to hold onto their self there otherwise. So, without me and the Ares, the cores won't be able to deploy their full power.
Melted with the Ares. I think I get it. Not in the physical sense of being one thing, but like an engine running under the hood?
Damn, you're sharp, Lynn. But the analysis didn't stop there. Better hold on to your seats. While inside the rift, I saw where the rivers of consciousness converge. Something like the crossroads between universes. Even if we get the Ares and cores running, if we can't sync ourselves to that, we won't be going anywhere. Annoyingly.
Is it a question of timing, then?
Put simply, yes. And here's another nugget spun off from the Ares analysis of the rift. The streams of consciousness converging on that universal nexus. Structurally, they're extremely similar to the Lifehold core.
They're what?
Remember what we were talking about before? How Void projecting his mind into the Vita is a lot like the way humans survive inside MIMS. Even with the Lifehold trashed, your consciousness is still being stored somewhere. Not by technology, but by some much larger universal mechanism.
But that's crazy.
This universal mechanism, what is it?
Dunno. It's just that when I was there, I felt it. You guys. People's lives. It was strange, like I was enveloped by this constant something.
And the Ares can tap into that? This, like, gathering place of minds?
More like souls, even.
Call it what you like. If we make it out of this universe alive, you'll get to experience it yourselves. Anyhow, in order to pull off our great escape, we'll need those 6 cores. We'll need me, the Ares, and some miraculous timing. That's how we sync to the Nexus, or die trying. In matter of fact, Void's no fool. He'll have cottoned on by now.
But if that's the case, why hasn't he attacked NLA yet?
If he did, he might end up killing Al. He won't want to risk destroying the Ares either. Still, once he gets his ducks in a row, I expect he probably will try something.
Okay, so what's our game plan? What do you think, Rook? You better knock this one out of the park.
You're expecting me to give an answer? Fine, I insist.
5-star answer. I knew I saw something in you. Of me. Hey, how's it poppin'?
Terrible. How about you?
Better than you, in other words, terrific. You hear that? Rook's answer?
Yes, and you seem pleased.
Yeah.
Although, why did you want someone else to make the call?
If I get taken out, I want to know there's someone I can trust with mankind's future. And the Rook seems well suited.
That isn't like you.
That's what we need right now. Someone who loves this world. The world and its people, warts and all. I need someone to take over my duty.
You need another you, in other words. When we were leaving Earth, you ignored my pleas and rushed off to fight without a thought for your safety.
After the refugees. I'll protect the ship from outside.
Just look at their numbers. You can't shift the balance, not with a single Ares.
Yeah, well, you never know until you try.
Ow.
I'll cut through their ranks, make you an opening. I'll protect you to the last. People of Earth, will not be snuffed out here!
You're right. Those eyes, they're just like yours back then.
The jump drive is still in the experimental phase, but otherwise, the White Whale 2 is ready. We'll be unveiling it shortly if you'd care to step outside.
We'd be thrilled. Shall we check it out then?
Yeah, I can't wait!
Tatsu bristling with thrill.
Yeah, time to check this out. Hopefully finish up this chapter. Like I said, I'm seeing this all reach its end. And maybe get Al to be at 5-star at least. Alright, let's check it out.
Thanks to all your efforts, we now have a ship capable of withstanding even the longest voyage. Preliminary tests of the jump drive are showing promising results. All that's left is to support those who have not yet relocated to NLA, and to guide our current residents through the necessary procedures.
If the ghosts or Ganglion make a move, or further dematerialization occurs, we have the ability to launch the White Whale 2, even before all residents have boarded. Naturally, we'll keep you apprised. We may be forced to make a snap decision. So do be advised.
Once everyone's safely on board, it'll be time to go on the offensive.
Yeah, it'll be all-out war. Any more vessels to escort, and we wouldn't have a snowball's chance of guarding them all.
But this way, there's a single point of failure.
Either way, if we lose the Ares, we'll be dead in the water.
Going all in? I say bring it on.
Changing the topic, where will we be going to?
How are we supposed to know that?
Ideally, a new universe. But we could also end up stranded inside the rift for the rest of time.
Terror!
Come what may, it seems we will be left as happy as a pig in a blanket.
Scared yet?
No way.
Very heartfelt. Love you too.
Elma. Not to ruin the moment, but duty calls. Blade named Kylie had a request concerning a friend. They've not made it to NLA yet. Mind getting the full lowdown?
Of course. Right away.
Thanks. She should be by the cathedral in the residential district.
Yep, this is a long one, all things considered. Seriously, how long are we in the long haul? Yep, we've already reached like 5. This'll be long. I'm going to cut this short for now because I don't even know how long it'll take. But either way, that's it for this. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button, it means a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. we're not done yet. I will see this through to the end. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Oh, and by the way, I've said this already, but likes, comments, sharing helps the video a lot. Seriously. Yeah, I'll save it for the next video. Okay.